All right, so we have another speaker, and his name is Daniel. So Daniel is a leadership and wellbeing specialist, and he's been on our flagship Happy 4-day work program, and he's going to share his experience with us. Thank you so much, Daniel.
Do you know what? I was sitting over there and I was thinking to myself, why have I got a chair in the middle of the, now it all becomes clear when you're up here. So my name's Daniel, and 20 years ago, I wanted to start a business and I knew nothing about running a company. So I did my research and I researched the best run organizations in the world. And at the time, there was a list called the Sunday Times top places to work for in the UK list. And on the top of that list was Happy. Actually, they were in second place, but the year before they were in first. And so I contacted Kathy and I wrote her a letter, because back in those days, I didn't use email. And I wrote her a letter and said, what makes your place so special? How have you created this amazing organization? And she said, come down. Yeah, I'm going to show you. So I did. And I remember the first impression I got when I walked through the office, a gentleman came up, he literally sprung up from his chair and he says, hi, how are you doing? And I'm like, oh my God, is he my long lost brother? Do I owe money? But no, he was just actually genuinely happy to meet me. And at that point, he got introduced me to Kathy, and Kathy showed me around and spent the next hour sharing with me how she'd created this organization. And then she persuaded me to take a leadership course. But to be honest with you, it wasn't her that persuaded me. It was the guy that met me originally. And that leadership course and the coaching that I undertook with her formed the foundations of how I would run my business for the next 15 years. And that culminated with me selling it 3 years ago. And through that journey, we implemented certain things that traditional businesses would be scared to do, like, open salaries, transparency, freedom. I remember once I went to share how open we are on my website, and I put a picture of us, well, not us, some people meditating, because I love my meditation. And some guy one day, he rings up the office, and I answered the phone. He says, are you Daniel? And I said, yes. He said, all he said was, do you really have a picture of people meditating on your website? I said, yeah. And he said, that's so ridiculous. And he put the phone. And I'm like, okay, I wasn't expecting that phone call. But it was the things that we created that made us unique, and that the employees loved as well. And implementing or wanting to implement unlimited holidays. And I thought, this is going to be a great idea. So let me push it out to the team and see what they think. But all of them voted against it, which actually surprised me. And I thought to myself, okay, and the reasoning was because basically they didn't think any work would get done. So ultimately, I ended up selling the business, but about 6 months ago, I went to a different area in my life. I was asked to launch a London networking group for business owners. And I thought, let me take the leadership course again. And I'm pleased to say that nothing changed. The fundamental principles of how to create a company are the same now as they were 20 years ago. And that, for me, is a really good thing. A few other things changed with regards to remote working, but the leadership course that I undertook is just as good. And for me, happy is one of the best places you can learn this, because they not only talk the talk, they walk the walk. You know, you can learn about this, but to actually do it yourself, to actually undertake the journey of creating a great culture in your workplace, that's what's key. And happy I've done that, which is why I returned again, second time. And now I'm here speaking. So thank you very much. And if you have any questions, please let me know.